All right, so today we're going to be talking about converting percents and fractions, or converting a percent to a fraction. So what we need to know first is that a percent is a fraction which is a part to whole ratio that shows what a fraction or ratio would be if the whole was 100. Sorry, my pen's not working right here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at this example here. It says 42% is right as a ratio out of 100. So we have 42 out of 100. Then don't forget to simplify. Remember, all even numbers can be simplified by 2. So 42 divided by 2 is 27, and 100 divided by 2 is 50, and therefore we have our simplified ratio. All right, so now let's try a few more. Okay, remember, percents are just fractions, so we have our part over our whole. So we have 5 over 100, because remember, percent is out of 100. Then we can simplify. Remember, numbers that end in 5 and 0 can be simplified by 5. So we have 5 divided by 5, which is 1. I'm going to come up here and write because I ran out of space. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. So now we have 1 over 20. Okay? All right, let's do another one here. So I'm going to skip around and I'm going to go to 27%. And remember, we're going to have 27 out of, so 27 is my part. We're going to take off that percent. 27 my part out of 100. Now, here it says to simplify, but you can't always simplify the numbers. 27 and 100, there's nothing that divides evenly into both of them, so there is no need to simplify in this case. So we would just have 27 over 100. Okay, now we're going to look at another one here where we have 150. Now notice 150% is bigger than 100. So I'm going to put 150 here. 150 is still going to be my part, but 100 is still going to be my whole. That part's not going to change. All right, so here we can clearly see that both numbers end in a 0, so we can simplify by 10. And remember, when we divide each number by 10, we're really just knocking off a 0. So we still have a number that ends with 5 and 0. So we can divide by 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. And 100 divided by 5, 10 divided by 5, not 100, is 2. So our fraction would be 3 over 2. Now notice when the percent is bigger than 100, we do have a improper fraction, okay? All right, we're going to do one more together. We're going to look at a word problem here. It says Jack is playing a video game and his character's energy level is 88%. What fraction of his energy level does Jack's character have? All right, again, we just want to convert this percent to a fraction. So we're going to put 88. And remember, our whole is going to be 100 because no matter what, our percent is always going to be out of 100. And then we can divide by 4 in this case. So 88 divided by 4 is 22, and 100 divided by 4 is 25. And now you should know how to convert a percent to a fraction.